Well, hello everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Kim. I am recording, and we're going to talk a little bit about the Cancer transit and Chiron being in the fourth house. Chiron is the wounded healer, by the way. That means that wherever Chiron is transiting your home or in a home, there's a wounding there that you may experience pain from, and it could be more than other times. With it being in the fourth house, we can be called to home matters, real estate, sales, taking care of real estate matters through relationships, partnerships, because the fourth house, it accesses the cross of the natal chart, and that means that it's going to be in communication. Chiron would with Saturn's 10th house, and with the Libran 7th house, and the 12th house of Pisces, which is Neptune's rulership. So that means that Chiron can affect all of them. But we want to look at the fourth house, and then you can go back and look at where Chiron is in your chart. You can contact me at ifwbuilders@gmail.com for a natal chart reading. You'll get this information on Chiron, or you can search the web on Google to find a astrology site that gives free charts, and so on and so forth. However, natal chart Chiron, if it's in the first house for someone that is Cancer, that would be the fourth house. So they are experiencing real estate sales, or the debate of selling. They could be having real estate challenges depending on what the other natal signs that they're in. They could be experiencing excitement because they're closing the deal on real estate. The other thing is that Cancer is where home is. It's the mother energy. It is the nurturer. It's the feminine energy. It is a cardinal sign. What does that say? If Chiron is there, it could be bringing up old childhood wounds, because home is where the heart is. People could be visiting home or visiting family. Mothers and fathers could be visiting their children, that kind of thing. But if it's in the fourth house, it could take you back to childhood traumas that you may not have recognized, you may not have looked at, or you overlooked, you may have forgotten because you got busy with your life as an adult. A lot of times these areas will call us back, because the universe, our God and our goddess, wants us to be healed. And without healing, we continue with painful memories and traumas. It could call you back to a situation where you were violently abused, but the healing is necessary for the mind to be released into a peaceful state. So with Chiron there, even in the fourth house, you would look at what type of teaching or mentoring you would do. One of the young ladies in my leadership program, she's not Chiron there, but she's a Cancer, or a couple of them are Cancer. And I talked to them about real estate investment. You understand, some of them you could see intuitively that they had the ability to sell because of the communication that's in them. And so that means that if Chiron is there could be home issues that one would need to heal again, but they could access all of these areas, such as sales and in real estate, communication for business, nurturing. They could be mentors to children because of the motherly energy. The one thing that they would have to look at with the fourth house as a Cancer is the fact of the matter that Capricorn's energy is across from them, which means that oppositional energy will call them to balance out the earth and the water, which means that the earth sign wants you to become more administrative, more of a delegator, but balanced in between, not just looking at the mothering part, but also looking at the balance of the father. And even over in that 10th house across from the 4th house, there could have been some father issues. Although you loved your father, there could have been some father issues or mother issues with 4th and 10th house. If you have, a mother that is, say, like a Taurus that was born in the 10th house, then there could be some mothering issues, because the 10th house is about authority, and they become leaders and administrators. They're very authoritative, and they can not look at what their children need and overlook that they need love because of that 10th house administrative delegation. And the fact that if a Taurus is in a earth sign, that means that it's harder ground to break up, meaning earth sign, because it's double earth, with the Taurus sun being born in Saturn's 10th house, right? So I thought I would come on to give some information about this. But the biggest thing in these trances is to remember that if you serve Christ, or whatever your spiritual guidance and devotion is, that you look at yourself and reach higher states of consciousness, so that you can transform anything that is not working well with you, such as, as a Cancer, you could be going through transformations where your relationships are changing. You could have been in a place where your relationship is not really vibrant, and because of that, you want to look into why it's not vibrant. There is transformation going on for the Cancer in the 7th, the 10th, and the 12th house, which means whatever energy that you have in the 10th house, with Capricorn having just come out of the 10th house, which is its first house, its home. There was some shaking up there. Also, Scorpio energy is still there. The Pluto planet is there. Jupiter was there. So those were 3 energies that were there that were causing change, even in Cancer's house, because they affected the 7th house and the 12th house. A scripture to even relate when we're looking at natal chart is Ezekiel said it was like a wheel in the middle of the wind. The other one that comes to mind is that in my Father's house there are many mansions. And so there's many changes that we'll go through in a mansion, because we can't use every room every day, not one person, but we might go from one room to another, at least 3 of them. The idea is understanding that in my Father's house there are many mansions. There's a difference in the house that we live in the earth realm and the house that we live in the spiritual realm. All right, so we thank you for listening, and I thank you. I hope that you guys get something out of that, because this Cancer energy with Chiron being there means that someone is experiencing maybe old childhood situations that they need to address. And if they need help with that, you can email me for that as well. I have other coaches that work with me and therapists to assist you. You can share this recording, and I'll put it on YouTube. I just thought I'd come on and do Anchor today, because usually I'm on YouTube at Inner Faith Wealth Builders. Also at Instagram at Inner Wealth Builders. We have quite a few young women and men that are working with us therapeutically to help those in need throughout the world, and coaching as well. So also my website to look at what we're doing, and know that you can be serviced all over the world, because we do Zoom, is www.wealthyliving.org. And we feed the mind, body, and the soul. We look at the spiritual, the psychological aspects of individuals, and the astrological placements to help them to know how to navigate through life. This is the success of the three wise men because they followed the stars. So you guys be blessed, and I will talk with you later.